I'm
Welcome
House,
to the
baby.
Alumni Podcast. This is Jim McHale. The good man T. Smith is here. What's up, bro?
What up, G? Tyler
We
from the
have
Congo, Cairo. Don't forget, rep.
he found out he was part Egyptian through an ancestry test, and that's why he's added the Cairo. We have a very special guest who I've known too much about for too many years, I think. Even going to his abuelita's house at a certain point in time back in our college days. What's up, Nick?
Cheers.
What are you drinking, bro?
Some bourbon. Basil
All right.
Hayden.
Much needed, as Nick is a police officer at Santa Monica PD, right?
Yes, sir. Just started.
Sweet. All right. Should I take him back, T?
Take him way back. Take him all the way back. 13
All right,
years.
bro. June 17th, 2010. What does that mean to you, Nick?
Is that a graduation?
Yeah.
Or when the Lakers won the championship too against the Celtics. The Lakers won during our graduation. Where were the Clippers at?
The Clippers weren't even in the playoffs, man. And,
Okay.
that was before the ascension. All right, I would have lived through those high school days. Much
That was the Sam
better.
Cassell, Corey Maggette days.
Yeah, exactly.
And
Wait,
the
2010. We had just got.
And the only bald guy with the mullet, Chris Kaman.
Chris Kaman. Oh, my God.
The caveman, Chris Caveman.
Hilarious.
Legendary. All right. So during this graduation day, Hugo Pedroza sang you a song, man. Your name was ended with B, so like we went alphabetically, and you were just like there, and you had to chill through all of our names being called. That's really great. But young Nick, he's like full of hormones. He's sweating. He can't stand himself, and
Or probably. Yeah.
probably, bro. Let's just be real about this.
Yeah.
And then he goes up to Dr. Hugo Pedroza. He's always wanted to shake his hand his whole life. So he's sweating. He's like Dr. Pedroza, good song, and
Great song.
Great song. And he shakes his hand, and his whole life is made. And then he goes to grad night. He gets his degree, and then I would say he like leaves off into the wilderness or like, kind of disappears. But we went to, Santa Monica College together.
We did.
And Cal State Long Beach together.
We did.
But I'm just going to say he whisked off into the sunset. So after you got handed your diploma, what happened next, man? Where have you been for 13 years after high school?
Jeez, okay. So I started off at El Camino College in Torrance. Wanted to become a firefighter at first. Tyler's dad inspired me to become a firefighter.
Sweet.
But
that's right.
Respect, Mr. Smith.
But then I found out that firefighters, all they deal with is just old people and sick people.
And
so
homeless people. Homeless
people. So
Awesome.
I didn't know what I wanted to do. So I came back to SMC with Jimbo over here. Chilling at the quad. You already know what spot next to the fountains.
Don't tell him about the fountains, man.
Talk about the fountains. There was plenty of talent, plenty to see at the fountains.
Absolutely.
We did nothing with that talent, though. I mean, absolutely not.
Absolutely nothing, dude. Absolutely nothing.
I mean, we were all talk. Yeah, I mean, at that point, even though we were 20 years old, we were still all talk.
Exactly, bro.
And then that's when we decided to, apply together to Cal State Long Beach. It was a cold night. December time, and then in our pajamas, matching flannel pajamas, and we clicked the submit button to apply to Cal State Long Beach together. As we locked eyes, and clicked the submission button, and
only
then
for 3 seconds. Only for 3 seconds.
It lasted like an eternity. It lasted for an eternity. Those 3 seconds, and
That's hilarious.
And then we got into Cal State Long Beach, but before Cal State Long Beach, worked as a movie usher at a movie theater in Marina Del Rey. Worst job ever.
Horrible job.
As you worked at the 3rd Street Promenade as an usher, so we know.
Worst job I ever had.
Worst job. And then I worked at a clothing store at the 3rd Street Promenade, and then eventually part-time for the San Monica Police Department. Went to Cal State Long Beach. I graduated 2015.
Yeah.
2015, poli-sci. Funny story. So after graduation, I knew that I wanted to be a cop. So driving northbound the 405, I see the Cal Worthington sign, the auto dealership, and it says Long Beach PD now hiring. I'm like, I'll give that a try. And sure enough, a couple months later, I get into Long Beach PD at 2016 at 23 years old. So then been a cop since then, and now just transferred to Santa Monica after 7 years working in the LBC.
Bro, there's a lot to unpack actually about your story, like on a serious note, because I remember the exact moment that you told me you wanted to be a cop. And I was like, cop, man? Because I think you were considering like a different path. So you were considering like different, I think you considered law school at one point.
Yeah, I did.
A bunch of different things. What made you settle on being a cop? Like, I feel like you were pretty adamant and pretty focused.
You know what? I wanted to catch bad guys. Let's be honest. That's what they do. Obviously help the community and stuff. Which is cool, but I just thought it was I'm just being real. I thought it was a badass job. Being able to drive fast, chase bad guys, find guns, chase people. I mean,
yeah,
it's fun. It's dangerous.
How much is the Hollywood image and the real life image?
It's completely different. You're not shooting people every day. First of all, or you'd be in jail.
Jim would definitely be in jail.
I'd be in jail. That's the reason why I'm not a cop. All right.
Well, most of the time you're just dealing with, at least for the city of Long Beach, you're dealing with homeless people a lot. I remember, and it's a lot of paperwork. Every so often you would chase somebody in a car or on foot, or have to fight for your life. But that was every so often. But overall, you're just in the car with the homie, just listening to some music, going to call, taking reports when some kid's phone was stolen or some old lady's purse was taken. And that's pretty much it. But, there were some crazy times in Long Beach, though, I got to admit.
Yeah, man.
Big city.
Yeah. You forgot the part about the Memorial Park days where we fade away 3-point dunk.
Yeah. Yeah. Every so often we go there with legendary Blake Condon, who perfected the fadeaway 3-point dunks. It was
too good.
It was amazing. It was absolutely amazing. Him fading away. Well, he has to look away from the rim first, then fades away and then dunks it from the 3-point line.
I can't believe it.
It's amazing.
He's only like 5'7" or 5'8", maybe 5'9" on a good day.
With the pumps, he has to pump up the air on the tongue of the shoe, and then because he is like 5'6".
He's 5'6". We have to bring Blake on this podcast too, man. It's been
oh man.
Okay, so but what like really was the decision? Just besides like it being a badass job, I feel like you said no. Like, why not be a lawyer? Why not be anything else? Like, why? Like your path was definitely
because like I worked part-time for the San Monica Police Department, so I wasn't, obviously it wasn't in a police capacity, but just seeing the camaraderie, the brother, it's a different, I hate to like make it sound like it's better than what it is, because it's not. At the end of the day, it's still police work. whatever.
Right.
But I don't think anything, maybe fire or maybe playing in a professional sports team or being in the military, which I've never been in the military, but I could only imagine. But just the
Right.
camaraderie, like you guys, you going in, you're changing together, you go to the same office, you talk about the day prior, you talk about your concerns or whatever, and then you're out there. And what really makes it a brotherhood is like, yeah, you can have coworkers at an office job or whatever, but what makes it a brotherhood is that your life depends on that your coworker. You guys got to we got to form a bond. We got to be able to rely on each other. It's not like, this is not like an office job where, the printer is jammed and shit and you could have a coworker fix it. It's a
Right.
little bit different.
Yeah.
You're in a fight for your life, which I've been in, where, my life has been at stake at some points. And good thing, either my partner or somebody was close to where, they saved my life. And I'm eternally grateful for that.
Yeah.
Probably almost lost my life twice in Long Beach.
Damn.
But it was, that's what it is. It's definitely that. And then also, again, people could have their opinions about the police. It is what it is. I respect everybody's opinion. I don't care. It's not no sweat off my back. But
Mhm.
we do deal with a lot of stuff too, because 7 years as a police officer, no one calls the police because they're having a good day.
That's true.
People call the police because it's their worst day in their life. Whether it's
Yeah.
a lady whose husband beat her half to death, bloody nose, black eyes, you name it, and you got to take her, you got to help her, help the children who are traumatized. You deal with the elderly couple when the wife comes home from the grocery market, finds her husband dead on the couch. You got to
Yeah.
console her. All the gang shootings. You have family members crying in the background while you're standing in this puddle of blood or near a puddle of blood, with the dead
Wow.
person right there, and so uh, and all that stuff. And then so when it comes going back to the why I wanted to be a police officer, yeah, I didn't want to see any of that stuff, but I knew it was part of the job. But what I like about it also is that your coworkers also dealt with it. You could talk to your coworkers and talk about, man, that was a effed up situation. Oh man, I
Right.
can't believe, you know, this lady just got pummeled by her husband, her boyfriend, or vice versa. Or I can't believe this kid just got shot. He's only 15, 16, 17, 18 years old. Yeah, 18's an adult, but that's still a kid.
Mhm.
Seeing that, man. I mean, there was a day where a guy got ran over intentionally in front of his 10-year-old daughter. Intentionally.
Wow.
Not not like a hit
That's
and
horrible.
so you got to be able to. The 10-year-old daughter didn't really know what was going on, but having to be able to communicate with the 10-year-old and saying that everything's gonna be okay, it's kind of awkward situation. That's where the brotherhood comes in, and that's where I really appreciate it. That's what I really like about the job, that I was able to talk to the boys or the girls, doesn't matter who, but it's a
How
great.
much of you, how much of your training do you think prepared you for those conversations or for that type of environment, or what would you add to a police academy training to better facilitate job satisfaction or preparedness for what the actual job looks like? What would you change, I guess, in your schooling?
That's the thing, Tyler. You can't.
Mm.
Like, there are gonna be days where you're gonna go to this situation. We call it a call. You go to the situation and you'll be like, I never thought in a million years this would happen. Who would have thought? What would have thought XYZ would have happened? There's nothing that the academy could. Academy could train you as much as you can, as much as they
Right.
can prepare you. They can make you the best academy officer they can make you. But
Mm.
Mhm.
academy and real world,
Right.
you
Yeah,
can't.
Nick, what was the training like? Like, there's a physical exam and like a written exam, right?
Yeah, there's a written exam, physical exam. So before the academy, you apply. Obviously, they do a background, just a quick review of your resume or your application. Make sure that you just pass the minimum requirements.
Mm-hmm.
Then it's a writing exam. See how proficient you are in speaking, writing and speaking English, whatever your grammar, your spelling, your reading comprehension. Then it's a physical. Each police department has a different physical exam. So, but there's that. And then after the physical is an extensive background investigation involving criminal history, financial history. They go to your neighbors, see how you are as a neighbor. They, obviously references, as you guys know, drug history, personal history, stuff like that. And then after that, again, each police department is different. They do things differently. So, but at least for my previous agency, after the background, after I passed that, once they said that, hey, he's a pretty legit guy, he's a good guy. It's the lie detector test, a psychological test, just to make sure that you're mentally right for the job, and then a physical, just like cough, just
make sure you got testicles on
physical, and then the academy, which is 6 months, and they train, and they just try to train you the best they can when it comes to knowing California law, knowing policies and procedures, SOPs, standard operating procedures. They teach you defensive tactics, how to defend yourself. Obviously, there's the shooting range. The best week was the vehicle pursuit. Be able to just drive fast and chase people in a controlled course, of course, for a week. So you're just hauling butt everywhere you go for a week, which is awesome. And then after 6 months of hard paramilitary style work, getting yelled at every day and stuff like that, and not only get yelled at, but you got to learn material, and you take 2 tests every week. If you fail 5, then you're automatically out, but they give you redos, so you got to pass the redo. But if you fail the redo, then you're automatically out. And then after that, then it's called the field training, which is an extension of training. So phase 1 is the academy. Phase 2 is the first 6 months of training, and then phase 3 is the last 6 months of training. So for my prior agency, there was obviously a whole year of extra training with a training officer, somebody who's been on the field or on the force for at minimum 3 to 5 years. So I've had guys that were training me that only had 5 years on, all the way that had 20 years on. So it's great learning, knowing different techniques. And then after a year, then if you pass everything, then you're good to go.
Were there any moments of doubt that you didn't think you had what it took to cut the snuff, to be on the department, or any doubts?
You know what? I didn't want to sound cocky, but no. Yeah. I think just because of my motivation level, it's what I wanted to do. If you weren't up to par, if you have any self-doubt, you're gonna spiral out of control. And that's the thing about police work. It's a weird it's a funny situation. Like it's funny how a lot of officers are very strong-willed and very confident in themselves, but at the same time, the people who aren't strong-willed, the people who are afraid to make mistakes, are the ones that don't make it. And like, you can't be afraid to make mistakes. You got to be able to just own up to it and just be like, it ain't gonna happen again. You can make one mistake, just don't make 2, 3, the same mistake over and over again. But again, Tyler, there were definitely tough days. Don't get me wrong. I'm not the perfect police officer, or was I the perfect police officer as a rookie? By no means. I fucked up plenty of times where I got screamed at, whether in the office or out on the field in front of people. Trust me. But it didn't deter me. It just motivated me. And I think that's what made me become where I am now.
That's pretty sick. Out of me and Tyler, who would make a better police officer?
Are you even really? Oh my God.
I'm just curious.
Jim,
Tyler.
I knew you were going to say Tyler, but why?
He's calm.
That's right.
You'd
You
be
got to
like,
stay calm under pressure, sir.
somebody's going crazy. Even
I don't shake,
like,
son. I
I,
don't
I,
shake.
I could only just imagine like a Karen just yelling at Tyler. Tyler would be like, "Yo, let's take
And
it
what would
down."
I do? What would I do, Nick? let's just air me out.
Air him out. Yeah.
I'm Officer McHale. I don't need this. I'm out, and I'm gonna go watch the
You're a
Clipper
lawyer.
game.
Yeah. I'm out.
Wait, are we saying that I would yell at a Karen, Nick?
We're sewer, for sure.
And that's a self-reflection. Would you yell at a Karen, Jim?
I'm not above it, man. I'm not above it.
Well,
I actually agree with you. I think Tyler would make a better cop than I would. I don't think I would make a good cop in general.
I think me and Tyler would be a good partnership because I am
We
a
would.
spaz, as you guys know, and he would just calm me down all the time.
yeah, that'd be pretty solid.
Yeah.
That'd be a good setup, for sure.
Do you know that I was with you for 2 pivotal moments in your cop career? Do you recount like what I was? I was with you when you got your first gun.
Yes.
Okay.
When you
Okay.
blew out your shoulder by shooting a pistol, which still amazes me, but I don't know how that happens.
That's
First
why
of all, that
Jim
was a
can't
big
be a
ass
cop.
pistol, dude.
Yeah.
That was like one of those Desert Eagle.
You usually blow out your shoulder off a shotgun or maybe a rifle. I don't know how about a pistol though, but yeah.
Boy, it's
Okay.
fragile.
we literally got
That's
like
why
his
Tyler's
gun.
the better cop because he won't break.
We literally got the gun and then we went to Starbucks right afterwards. You remember that?
Yes, of course.
That makes sense. Yeah.
And I was also with you while you
We
were
shoot,
trading.
and then we get caramel frappuccinos
Right. There
in the
you
same
go.
cup with 2 straws.
And then I was with you while you were training for the physical portion of your cop exam at Long Beach Rec Center.
Yeah.
So 2 pivotal moments before you joined the force, man.
You inspired me, Jim, because whenever I look at you, I'd be like, I do not want to look like that guy.
Same thing, man. It's like looking in a mirror that you just like hate. You know what I mean?
It's all love, Jim. You know that. I just
Yeah. Me and Nick go way back, man. We make these jokes every time we see each other, bro.
Santa Monica was always the end game, or is
you know what? No, it wasn't. To be honest, Tyler, I was happy with Long Beach, to be honest. But during my Long Beach career, I married my girlfriend. We were together before we got married. Damn, I'm gonna get in trouble. We were together for maybe 6 years, 5 years. And then I proposed. We got married. Before we got married, we bought. I was blessed enough. Thank you from the city of Long Beach again for paying me well and starting my career. I was able to buy my own house, which I'm very proud of in the San Fernando Valley area, Northridge area to be more exact. So there was that, and then I started commuting from Northridge to Long Beach. Being just engaged and then only married with no children, it was still somewhat easy, even though it's 50 miles one way. So I was doing 100-mile commutes every day I worked. And then you guys know the LA traffic. It's 100 miles plus maybe 3 hours of traffic. So,
yeah, man. Probably an hour and a half each way.
So going to work wasn't too bad. I would start at 7, so I would leave the house by 5:50. So it only took about 30, 40 minutes to get there, but getting back was rough. So, finally, now that wife being pregnant, and I was like, man, with the family coming soon, I don't know if these 100-mile commutes with 2 hours of traffic is gonna do well. So I put in, I'm like, you know what? I could go back to where, we all grew up. This is the city of Santa Monica. It's a great agency. I put in and blessed enough to get hired on there. And now it cuts my commute in half. And now I could spend more time with my 2-month-old child.
So, congratulations, bro.
Crying in the background right now. And my wife is just tearing her hair out trying to take care of him.
Hey, Father 101, drink bourbon while your baby cries and your wife takes care of your baby.
While on a podcast.
On a podcast.
Yeah,
While on a podcast.
Dude, congrats on the house, man. Congrats. I always tell T, like, we went to graduate school and it delayed our fucking careers by
I went to
like a
graduate
month.
school.
You did simultaneously while working, right?
I'm kidding, guys.
You finished a graduate degree, right?
Yeah. I fucking did my graduate degree while working. Yeah.
Super solid, dude. Congrats on that. But like, our programs, like, basically it doesn't even allow like any type of like
No way.
work. Yeah.
Right.
So I would say, like, damn, like my career was delayed, bro. Like, my
for sure.
like, starting in my late 20s instead of like, in my early 20s is huge. Like it's a different amount of time.
Oh yeah. No, definitely.
Yeah. So I would say, like, man, like, I think you made a really good choice for yourself, man, because we were both at that inflection point together. You know what I mean? Like, you were like, I was like, I think I'm going to go to law school. And you were like, I think I'm going to go be a cop. And it's like, I was like, cool, man. Like, we each had like a divergent path at that point because we had basically done everything up to that point, like, together. So it was like, I actually think that it worked out very well for you, bro.
Yeah, man,
like,
I'm blessed, dude. Like, and you two are doing well for yourselves too, no doubt. But it's just, but with this bless, I truly believe I'm blessed. But definitely came in it was still hard work at the end of the day. Still, though, nothing comes, easy. That I believe. You got to work hard for what you want, which your dreams and desires. You got to set expectations for yourself, and that's what I did for myself. Like, this time I want this career, this time I want my house at this time. So, but everybody's different. But that's what I want to do. But it didn't come easy, though. That's for sure.
We used to talk a lot about like what the future would look like, Nick. And I'm just curious, like at this point, you have a wife, you have a house, and you have a kid, and your career is underway. Like, what does the next 10 years look like for Nick?
Oh man, maybe another kid, just one more, like that.
Two and that's it.
Yeah.
Two and done. Two and a snip. That's it. Two snip and that's it. Obviously staying in the city of Santa Monica, maybe either promote, go somewhere farther up along the chain, be able to afford more expensive bourbon with the higher up I go.
Bourbon man.
Hopefully buy a new house or something like that. But yeah, man, I don't know, dude. Like, I'm pretty happy right now, to be honest. Like, I think I was on this speed zone. I had such expectations for myself. Now that I finally hit like mostly everything, I was like, I just want to just slow down and enjoy the moment. Like, I don't know, just chill out for a bit, just stay steady. I mean, it was a quick, fast ride these past 8 years. So, I just think it's time just to sit back, relax, drink some bourbon, and just see what happens.
Yo, you have to give us 2 cop stories, right? Like, we can't just like let you come on here, drink bourbon, and chill. Like, I need to hear like the nitty gritty. Like,
if you want to go into like the near death experience or whatever, if you want to do that, that's probably juicy too. So
Nick is cool about that stuff, bro. Right? Like, I haven't never known you to like be super traumatized by a situation.
Well, what do you guys want to like? What is some nitty gritty that you want to know that like, I can legally talk about?
Right.
I'll represent you, bro. Like, for free on this shit. Don't worry about it. But I'm just like. Just tell me a good cop. Like, I just need 2 good cop stories. What about you, T?
Yeah, I think that's fair. It's probably tough to think on the spot, but yeah, if there's anything that jumps out to you, it could not be like you. It could be maybe a partner or something.
It could be funny. It could be whatever. But I just want to know like what kind of shit, because I know you've been dealing with a lot of stuff.
Right.
And I know it's not easy because like I read traffic collision reports and incident reports like all fucking day sometimes, you know?
Right.
And I know that the different personalities you have to like encounter. So I'm just telling you, like, I know you got some stories, man.
Oh yeah.
I read them all the time.
With the traffic collision, this was when I was working the nighttime. I don't know. It's about 2 a.m. There goes out just a car crashes into a light pole. I'm like, okay. So we get there. Car probably is flipped over at least a whole bunch of times because it's basically like flattened. It's a cube. It rolled over. And so we go, but the nobody's inside the car, and we're like, what the hell? Where did they drive off? So we're just like looking again. It's like 1, 2 in the morning, so it's pitch black, and we're just looking. Nobody's in the car. We see some blood inside the car, and out like near the window area. I'm like, man, what the heck? Like, this guy couldn't have gone too far. And then we hear, we hear some moaning.
Okay.
We're like, what the hell? So we're looking, flashlights everywhere. We can't see nothing. And we're like, I'm like, what the fuck? So we're getting closer. We see, I swear, it sounds like it's coming like out of a movie, but it's not. We look inside these bushes, which is probably like 50 to 100 feet away from the car.
Right.
There he is, freaking laying there, and then he's just completely jacked up. His ankle is compound fracture, ankle bone sticking out of his ankle.
Right.
Somehow his left thigh was like filleted, so you see his bone, but his flesh just peeled back. And then his elbow or his forearm is just like in a Z. Is just wild, and he's still alive. So we're like, holy shit, let's get the fire department here.
Yeah.
And so there was that. It was wild. And like, yeah, and then there's security camera footage. So what happened was the guy was flying. He hits a dip, loses control, hits the curb, which causes his car to start flipping, and he just gets launched out of his car. You see him fly, and then land.
Hey, bro, that's insane.
So there was that. So there was that one, and then it was a pretty intense scene. But I was kind of mad at the same time because I was in the middle of eating my like midnight burrito. So I was like, he kind of ruined my dinner.
Taco Bell, the fourth meal.
No,
AM, PM, like microwave burritos, bro.
no, microwave burritos and Bang energy drinks all day long.
Yeah.
What else?
Ooh, what's the best way to get out of a traffic ticket? Like if
Hold
Be
on.
honest.
okay.
Be
He has
honest.
one more story.
Okay.
But then you have to end with that. You have to end with like how to get out, or what someone like has said to you when you pulled them over that was like it made you instantly laugh. If you know anything.
Somebody had to. Somebody said they had to take a shit. It's like again something out of a movie. And then I'm like, sir, you can't. And then I'm giving him his ticket, and I just hear him rip ass. Like, I think he should do himself. And he's like, I wasn't kidding about taking the like, you know, having to go to the bathroom, even though he just sharded himself right now.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Did you give him the
okay,
max?
sign here. So you sign. I'm just like, so you sign here, and then the court date's right here for running the stop sign.
Oh my
But
god.
he legit sharded himself. That was pretty gnarly. Another story. Geez, there's just so many. Like, it's just
Yeah.
went to this one call where me and my partner, we see this guy. He lied about his name the night prior. So, and we found out, and when we found out his real name, it found out that he was a wanted person. He was wanted for gun possession or something like that. I forgot, something like that. So he had a warrant. So we're like, all right, let's go back the next day. Like, let's just go back to his address and see if he's there. I'm like, all right, F it. So we go. And sure enough, he's sitting inside a parked car in front of his house. So my partner talks to the driver. He's in the passenger seat. My partner's talking to the girl. I'm talking to the guy. He's giving me that fake name again. I'm like, nah. So I take him out of the car, and I'm like, I know it's you, if you know whatever his name is. And so as I'm trying to handcuff him, he starts acting fidgety, and he starts like patting his pants. He has large cargo pants, so he starts patting his pants and stuff like that. And I just like bear hug him from the back, take control of his arms, and then we just fall to the ground. My partner finally sees that, we're on the ground wrestling. Thank you, Ben Yura, for the lessons, by the way.
Right. All American wrestler from high school.
You gotta get him on here, dude, because
You need to, for sure.
I'm sorry for going off on that little tangent. So, so we're wrestling on the ground. He's still like fidgeting and stuff like that. And I finally get one arm and I freaking put it behind his back, handcuff him. It was a good fight. We were probably like on the ground for like maybe a minute or two. So, it doesn't seem that long, but when you're going all out, minute or two is a very long time. Right. So I'm sweating. I pick him up. I search him. I search the pockets that he was patting or trying to get into. And sure enough, a little freaking gun in his freaking pocket. So this dude was trying to freaking probably most likely kill me. So yeah, there's that. There's one of my near life death experiences where some guy was reaching for his gun. There's another one where it was a near death experience, but it's a funny one though. I mean, funny for me. I have a dark sense of humor. You got to be able to laugh it off. Freaking. So we go, and then it was a shootout, I guess. We get on, me and my partner. We get there, and we see some dude already. We're like, oh, I shot, but don't arrest me because they shot at me first. And we're like, what the hell? So we just, handcuff him just because he admitted to having a gun and shooting at somebody. So we find that guy's gun, and then he says, yeah, I shot him. I just don't know where he went. So the guy that got shot left. But luckily there was a little blood trail. So it's like, we'll just follow, like Hansel and Gretel. We'll just follow the trail.
Instead of like candy, it's like blood.
Yes. So we start following the blood trail. And then I go past this one house, but the trail ends, and then my partner makes a cut into the right before the house, and he's like, I found him. I'm like, oh shit! So I start running over there, and then my partner no, he says he finds the gun. I'm sorry, he finds the other shooter's gun. He's like, gun. So I run over there, and then now we're gonna go through this little cut, which is fucking sketchy. We don't know what's going to happen around us. We don't know if this guy has another gun or not. So we're just like, okay. My fucking partner boots down the freaking fence. We go in, and sure enough, there he is. This dude got shot in both kneecaps.
Oh, man.
and so we try to but he's a very skinny guy. So remember that. And so we see that he's bleeding, so we try to put a tourniquet on. I don't know if you guys know what a tourniquet is, but he's so skinny, the tourniquet falls off of him. And so we're like, damn it. So and luckily he's a small guy, so me and my partner, we just like picked him up from each arm and just lifted him as he's bleeding from both his knees. And then we had fire department come and pick him up. But that was a funny story right there, how we were able to just lift this guy with 2 bullet holes to his knees.
That's crazy, man.
And then, just other stuff like car chases. And I remember one time, because at this point, I haven't a lot of years on, so I'm now a training officer. It goes full circle. Now I'm training rookies. I saw this guy that I knew had a warrant. I arrested him before for a stolen vehicle, but he's a runner. They call him, he was a gang member. His name is Speedy. I'm like, as I talked to my rookie partner, I'm like, you want to get in a foot pursuit today? He's just like, yeah. I'm like, all right, go talk to this guy. He has a warrant, and he's gonna run.
Wow.
Okay, sir. Okay. Yeah, I won't let him run, sir. I'm like, all right, go talk to him. So we start driving. This guy starts looking back. The guy's like this, just checking on us. And I'm like, he's going to run. He's like, no worries, sir. I'm going to cut him off. And, all right, dude. Like, okay. So he cuts him off. And then my rookie gets out the car. I'm just like, being the salty old fucking officer now. I'm just like, I want to see where this goes. And then he's just like, hey, sir, come over. The guy just fucking takes off. And my rookie's just like, I'm like, I thought you wanted to chase the guy. Go chase him. And he's like, oh, okay. And he starts chasing him, and he's not. And then I'm the one like putting it on the radio, and then it was just funny. And then we had eventually caught him. He did a good job catching the guy, but he needed my help. But then he's like, oh, sir, he's fast. I'm like, yeah, I know. That's why they call him Speedy. It's like, I know.
You have some wild times in the forest, man. That's insane, bro. You have some stories.
It's funny though, it's funny. That's just a little bit, man. I got stories and stories of a 7 year. I mean, it's only 7 years. I know. I'm probably sure there's guys with 20, 30 years that have stories.
Absolutely. That's insane, man. Damn. I'm just reflecting on the fact that you watched this rookie try to chase this guy down.
See, I don't know. It's just like, I mean, obviously you have this, but like, it just seems weird, Like,
there's another one where I was with the rookie again, another rookie, and I see some guy face tats everywhere, but he doesn't have any license plates on his car. So I'm like, all right, let's stop this car because it doesn't have any license plates. So okay, and then no license plate, so I have my rookie get the VIN number and go back to the car and run the VIN. So I'm in there, and then she's running it, and then it comes back as a stolen car, and the look on her face, she's like, oh my God, there's a stolen car in front of us. I'm like, okay, what are we gonna do? And this is on me, but it is what it is. This is when I was like a cocky MFer. So I'm like, all right, this is what we're going to do. Because this is not protocol at all. Like, you're supposed to come and do the whole dog and pony show because it's a stolen car, So this is what we're going to do. We're just going to talk to him. And we'll be like, hey, blah, blah, blah. So she's like, are you sure? I'm like, yeah. So he just goes there. And she's stuttering. She's like, sir, I need to talk to you. I'm like, all right, let's switch. And then I'm like, hey man, you mind just getting out of the car real quick? It's whatever. And then we just handcuff him. That's it. But she was just like, oh my God, what the hell just happened? And then another guy finally came. He's like, I saw that you had a stolen car. I'm like, yeah, everything's like, okay. Like, he's like, you need anything? I'm like, yeah, just stand by an hour for the tow truck to come to tow the vehicle. And he's like, you motherfucker.
oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Bro, as if it was a Yaris, like what Jim used to drive.
Hey, both of you guys rid in that car, and both of you witnessed me surpass Ferraris and Lamborghinis on the road. All right,
dude,
so
we don't even need a tow truck for his Yaris, dude. Just get a freaking red wagon, put it underneath it, and just pull it out.
The important thing is I don't drive that shit anymore. All right.
You got a Prius now, remember?
I have a Civic. I might get a Prius. I don't know, man. Like, who knows?
In LA, that shit hits. You need a Prius. If I was doing a 100-mile commute, what was your car? Did you have that Mustang from high school?
No, God, no, dude. That thing. Oh, funny thing about the Mustang, dude. So this is when it was like falling apart, dude.
Right.
So I'm in the drive-in car wash. I put my freaking car in neutral, and in the middle of the car wash, the Mustang just fucking goes dead.
Oh.
In the middle of the car wash.
What of all time?
So I'm pretty that you hear in the middle of the car wash,
That's
What
awesome.
you do, bro?
I'm like, no, this is not happening. As the water's going on my car. I got the suds hitting my face. I got fucking. Luckily,
That's hilarious.
I can't believe it.
and then luckily there's enough like power from like the thing that pulls your car to push my car out, and luckily there was a driveway. So, and for some reason the steering wheel got stiff. So when the car's dead and I'm trying to turn onto the driveway, I'm like, I'm just turning, and then it's just going slow. And I finally parked. Luckily there was parking on the street. I just parked on the street, and then it turned on finally. And I'm like, okay, it's time for a new car. Like this would have been like with my car.
We rode those hoopties like until like the last wheel, bro. Like we had those cars. 100%. Those were good times in those cars, man.
Yeah, we had some good times in the back seat, Jim.
Don't tell the people about that, Nick. Come on, man.
We'll get Tyler jealous. You're right.
Come on.
Yo, let's do our final segments. All right. One segment that we do. Go ahead.
Yeah. You want to do yours first? Go for it.
I'll do mine. One thing that we do, we always remind every guest like who they were in high school. So we say like one memory of like how we remember each person that comes on our podcast, bro. And you know what, man? I don't want to give Nick the benefit of the doubt here. Bro, I met this guy in like the 6th grade. I don't know. He had like 30 cousins that were like going simultaneously, and I remember like the first time
35,
I met him,
but yeah,
bro, everyone's a damn Becerra, bro. Like it's like there's probably like 3 Becerras right now in high school at Samo. I bet.
probably. I think so.
I know his cousin Steve, who was fucking. I was walking. I was walking to like my dad was gonna pick me up like near John Adams or some shit, and I like look across the street. I see Steve, just like casually driving down the street in a car. I'm like Steve. He's like, what's up, man? He was like 13. I'm like, what is this?
Drive in Mexico. He had his Mexican driver's license.
I know where this guy is from in Mexico, Pegueros. And all of his cousins, you can spot one of his cousins wearing a shirt that says Hecho in Pegueros, which means made in Pegueros. And it's funny because like he's white looking. Like if you just like kind of like get stopped by this guy, he looks like a white guy. But he's freaking Mexican as shit, man. Like this guy is like as Mexican as you can. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
To the core. So it's kind of funny that people like might associate you with being white, but like I know better because like I've seen you. But
it's easier when he has his mustache. For like, I'm surprised you don't have one for November, right?
I'm surprised.
I'm a rookie. I'm a rookie now, man. I gotta be clean. I gotta be
yeah.
I gotta be clean shaven. But once I'm not a rookie anymore, man, I'll be looking like Pancho Villa again, dude.
Right. Absolutely.
But the whole point is that I've known Nick for a really long time. He's been a pretty close friend of mine for many years, and still is. We played ball together. We went to school together, man. And you're overall you're a solid dude, except for the jokes you make about us looking each other's eyes and drinking out of the same cup.
Except those things.
Except those things, but me, Blake, and Nick are all-time 3-on-3 basketball all-star team.
I mean, yeah. Remember when we're on our test, Corey Maggette and all them went to the court and we beat them? I remember it clearly.
I remember our test. That Meta World Peace. That's right.
Yeah, Meta World Peace.
Sitting on
Richard Jefferson, dude. I remember you dunking over Richard Jefferson, Jim.
Hey, shout out to Richard Jefferson. He took that one on the chin.
Right. What I remember about Nick, I remember he always had had Spanish class together again for some reason every single year.
Senora McKellar or Senora Bate?
Oh, we
Both
had
of them.
see. This is the part. This is a segment we're trying to think about adding right to the podcast called Hags. Have a good summer, right? So we're looking up who wrote in our yearbooks, and so I actually have one from Nick from senior year, whatever. Senior year, Nick wrote in my yearbook. Tyler, man, high school was fun, except for Miss McKellar. What a bee! Hope you do well over in Denver. Can't wait to see you playing for the Kings on TV. Have a good life. Peace. That's the Nick senior year. So yeah, we had McKellar together. No offense to her, she was great. But yeah, we had Spanish. I remember Nick was the best study partner always. And I don't know, man. It was just fun. We always just talk sports and yell at the Clippers and all that kind of stuff. So always good vibes with Nick. He was always easy to talk to and just, fun shoot shit with basically every lunch. So always good times for sure. That and then the lightning round is our very last segment here. So we got six questions for you. Try to answer them.
That's my sex life, dude.
That's right.
It lasts just as long, dude. I'm sure.
Just as long, absolutely. First question: best off-campus, best off-campus lunch spot. Best off-campus lunch spot.
Off-campus lunch spot.
Yeah.
From Snubbo. Oh my god.
There's only one.
You know what, DK? I like DK. I like their boba and then their donuts and their breakfast sandwiches.
Bro, you can't say that. You have to say La Taqueria.
La Taqueria Chihuahua, just across the street. That would get. But no, DK is still good though.
But there was not enough time to get Bay Cities every single lunch.
No,
but that
was impossible. That was mission impossible right there.
Hardest class you took in high school?
Oh my god, what was it? The weirdo fucking science teacher, the bald guy,
Lee.
Mr. Moore. No.
Oh, Gaida.
Yeah.
Gaida.
Didn't he have fluffy up teeth?
Yeah. AP Bio Gaida. Yep.
Yeah.
Piece of shit.
Dude had like gingivitis or something, man.
Actually, he was super nice and kind, but I don't understand. He's like on a different plane of existence as far as like smarts, bro. He's like a true
smart, and he's never heard of Colgate or Crest.
That's right. Can't afford it on a teacher salary, I guess. I don't know.
I guess he was a cool guy. It was just a hard class.
It was hard. Super hard. Most underrated Santa Monica activity.
Club day was pretty cool.
Club day, okay.
Or activity.
Cool.
Doesn't have to be high school, but thing to do in the area maybe that you enjoyed.
Oh, things I like to. Oh, okay. I like going to the ice rink during the.
Oh yeah,
during the Christmas time, right there, like 4th in Arizona.
Yeah, that was sick. I agree with that.
Or north of Montana for Halloween was pretty cool too. I think that was
all
the whole.
Yeah. They
probably have really good candy over there.
All king size for sure.
For sure, bro. For sure.
They can afford it.
Really hell yeah. Dude.
Best restroom to take a dump on campus.
It was for sure not the boys' locker room. That was fucking disgusting. You get hepatitis taking you sitting on those toilets.
Right. 100%.
I'm not. You know what? I don't know, man. I don't think I ever took a shit in high school.
I like that.
Me either, dude. I
don't know if I did. I don't even know. It's been too long. Most attractive teacher you had.
Most attractive teacher. Oh, that would be, well, it wasn't high school, but Miss Torres, middle school math.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I had the, get his name. He was the older He was really boring. He had a son that was genius. But okay, last one, most overrated song from our high school era.
Want that meta?
That was quick. That was a good way to close.
No, that was a terrible.
Is that what
You guys
Pedrosa's
know
name?
about
That was
Dr.
big.
Hugo Pedroia's song, which, as they said in the beginning, where I shook his hand and said that was a great song, it was "Want That Meta" to whoever was he was going to
There
read.
you go.
But no, most overrated song. Gosh, I don't know. I think we had, you know what, being maybe this is just what's the word for it? Just like
Nostalgia.
favoritism, for lack of a better word. But I feel like our music 2010 was legit. I don't know. I still listen to music from 2010 and from 2009, to be honest, dude. Like Kanye and 50
Yeah.
and Lil
Kanye
Wayne. Those guys were
peak.
hitting back in freaking 2010, to be
Right.
honest.
We were super hyped off of the Wayne mixtapes, bro. Remember that?
Oh yeah, all the time. Those mixtapes were great with Lil B too. It was the best.
Little beam.
Okay. The most annoying song for 2010 at least would be I don't know, for me at least, was that Kesha song TikTok.
Ooh, good answer. Yeah, I agree.
Oh, yeah, that's pretty awesome.
Big, Katy Perry, all that. Yeah.
Or Katy Perry too. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I Kissed a Girl probably was annoying as fuck.
Right. Right.
Yeah, that was pretty awful.
It's annoying because I never did when I was listening to that song.
Yeah, I know.
It was only until later.
That was the worst part. Like,
my first kiss was 18. Yeah, summer. No, wait, 17, I guess. But whatever. Summer right after senior year. Yeah.
I wasn't kissing no girl, so she was rubbing it in, dude. That shit was pissing me off, dude.
Like,
I get it, Carrie. I get it, Katie.
I get it. I get it.
I get it.
Close out, Jim.
All right, let's do it. Last note is always our guests. So whatever you want to address to your peers, anybody watching, anybody interested in being a cop like you are, floor is yours, bro.
Man, what a wild 13 years, to be honest, man. But I don't know. I don't know about any, like, all right, I'm going to go a little off topic. How do I do this? I hope everybody's doing great. Even if I didn't know you in high school, I'm hoping the class of 2010 Samurai is prosperous. Everybody's doing well in life. Hopefully everybody's healthy. Everybody has a healthy family. Everybody is living their best life, doing what they wanted to do when they were a kid or whatever. I hope everybody out there from class of 2010 is successful, living life, doing great things for this country, for this world, for the society, or just for themselves. That's number one. I wish no harm on anybody. Even people who I didn't care for, I don't care. Hopefully everybody's doing well. Second, freaking just, I don't know, work hard and put your mind to the things that you want to get done, man. Like, the world's your fucking oyster, dude. Like, you know, the sky's the limit. I know it's all fucking cliche and fucking corny, but, you know, if you fucking work hard and, you know, put your mind to it, you're going to get shit done. You're going to do what you got to get done. And if there might be some hiccups, there's going to be some rough times and God knows that I've gone through some rough times in my life, in this police work or even before. You just got to work through it. You got to pull through it. You got to work hard. Fucking, you fall, you get back up, fucking rub some dirt on it and fucking get going. Just do it. Nike.
Just do it.
Just do it, baby.
And then when it comes to being a cop, I mean, at this time, we're all 30-some years old, so hopefully we have our stuff together. But if not, I mean, the police work is a great career. It's tough, especially with this climate. with this political climate. It's still a great job. I still love this job. Get paid well, get great benefits. And there's just honestly, there's nothing like it. There's you can't tell me working at an office and Bill across the cubicle has a better connection than I do with my boys over at the police department. Like it's more than just coworkers. It's definitely like a family. Like when I left Long Beach, like it's a great place, great city. It's a rocking city. But what I missed most was the camaraderie with my boys, because I went from the academy I started my police career with them, and now 7 years later we're gone. So that's, again, I'm going off a tangent, but yes, police work is a great job, great benefits, great camaraderie.
Huge.
Yeah, man. I was saying, if anybody who's ever going to watch this is thinking about it, go on a ride along with your local police agency. Fucking check it out. What's the worst they could do? It takes away 5 hours of your day. Just do it. See what it's like. And if you have no interest in being a cop, but just want to know what they do on a daily basis, obviously it's a very small sample size, so only ride along, but see what they do, see what they go through. It's a great experience too. Just an eye-opening experience too. I'm not saying we're badasses, but just like Kill a Mockingbird, freaking don't know a man till you walk in his shoes or some shit like that. Just freaking check out, just go on a ride along for a bit, see what it's like.
On that note, that's super solid. Thanks, Nick, for coming on. T, thank you. And it's the Alumni Podcast. Love you guys. Till next time.
Peace.